Okay, so this is section 11.4. It goes along with on sampling. How do we collect this data? There's lots of different ways, but we'll go over 4 ways. And the first 2 would fall under the category of biased. And we have to be really careful. If we use data that's collected in a biased manner, then any of the conclusions we try to draw are not really legitimate. So a biased is when your sample that you take under or over represents part of the population. The sample under or over represents part of the population. Population is the group that we're interested in finding something out about, like the population of the United States or the population of Homestead High School. So maybe we're only sampling the wealthy students from wealthy families. Then our data is biased. So there's 2 types here. There's voluntary response sample. So that'd be something like a radio station asked people to call in, and when you do a voluntary response sample, people choose themselves by responding voluntarily. And what might make that biased? People, so let's write about it. People choose themselves on a voluntary basis by responding voluntarily. So what might be biased? Why is that biased? What kinds of people are going to choose to respond or call in, generally speaking? Nathan? Yeah, people who care a lot about the issue. People who have strong opinions, right? But that doesn't include everyone in your population necessarily. It just includes the people that have the strongest opinions. So that's one type, and then the other is convenience sample, and that's you just choose the individuals who are easiest to reach. For example, maybe who live in your area. Convenience sample. So this is choosing individuals easiest to reach. And that, of course, is also biased, maybe towards people that just live in that demographic area, right? Okay, so that's biased. We don't really want that. We want unbiased. And there are more ways to do this than we'll even get into for now, but a couple of them, unbiased in general. We want, and this is kind of what the lesson today is about, we want to take our sample in a random way. Random. And that way, each member of the population has an equal chance of being selected. That's what random means. A really important concept when you're collecting your data. So each member, in our case, each asteroid, each member of the population, has an equal chance of being selected, random. And sometimes surveys are conducted and they're not random, and you're not told that. And these are some things that you should question and wonder about. Another way of doing a sample so that it's unbiased is systematic. So you take, you use some kind of rule to select, for example, every other student, or some kind of rule. Like, let's say at the airport, you know, when you do the security check, On individuals, you know, you have to stand aside and do the extra search, whatever. That needs to be in a systematic way, right? So that certain people aren't targeted. So a rule is used to select. It's a form of randomness. A rule is used to select members of a population. Members of a population, like every 10th person. So example, every 10th person. And there are others. You can do a cluster sample or a stratified sample, but we'll save those for another time.